Hi, welcome to The Power of Repetition, the channel created to inspire and motivate immigrants and expats around the world. We decided to create this channel to motivate those that decided to leave their home to pursue their dreams and happiness and are struggling with some challenges and some difficulties at the moment. In this 7th episode, we're having Ben from France. Please come on in. Hey Ben, how are you?
Hello, I'm good,
Good
and
to see
you?
you.
Good
Yeah,
to see
please
you
grab a
too.
seat.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Ah.
How are you today?
Yeah, pretty well.
Good, good.
Yeah, end of the week.
Yeah.
So
Friday, hey?
yeah,
Happy Friday.
yeah.
Okay, Ben, I appreciate you being here. You are the seventh in this channel.
Okay,
We are trying to do each individual from each different country. So you are the first from France. The
good to
goal is
know.
to reach 50 countries
Okay.
in the next 6 months. So let's see how it goes. Well, first of all, please, Ben, introduce yourself and tell us why and how you decided to come to Canada.
So my name is Ben. I'm 32 years old from France. I arrived in Canada 5.5 years ago.
In the middle of COVID,
Yeah,
like in 2020?
yeah.
Okay.
So I decided to come here because I was traveling before in Australia and New Zealand, and I didn't want to go back to France. And I met good people during my travels from Canada, so they gave me the motivation to come here.
Yeah.
And as a French citizen, it's pretty easy to get a visa here. It's the same kind of visa I had in Australia and New Zealand.
Working holiday, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it seems to make sense for me to come here.
Okay. So, from where you are in France specifically? Which
I
city?
am from the countryside. The closest city that's pretty well known is Toulouse. So it's
Toulouse.
southwest of France in the countryside.
Okay, so you are not from Paris. You are
No.
from a medium-sized city-ish.
Yeah, well, the city I grew up is 15,000 inhabitants.
Wow. So it's like a sort of like Duncan-ish, like
Yeah, yeah,
Duncan.
on a France
Okay,
level.
in a
Yeah,
friends level.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm curious, what was the hardest challenge that you faced when you landed in Canada? Uh, Quick question: was in Victoria or was in other city you came?
I landed in Vancouver.
Vancouver first.
Yeah, Vancouver first, and the biggest challenge when I arrived is COVID, because
Of
as you
course.
mentioned, I arrived during COVID, so had to isolate for 2 weeks. Um, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't have any plan on the short term, on the long term. I kind of wanted to travel, but at that time,
Everything was
traveling was
closed,
not
right?
possible.
Not even
So
parties, restaurant were very much
exactly,
limited with the mask and stuff, right?
exactly, a lot of restrictions were still in place. So that was a bit difficult at the beginning, um, but I found some people to hang out with, and some friends from foreign countries too who were in the same situation. But yeah, my biggest challenge was what to do
What to
basically.
do?
I had a job because I had to arrive with a job. That was
Okay.
one of the condition for traveling at this time. So yeah, I had to work and decide what I was going to do next.
Yeah.
Um,
So
during
that was in 2020. So
Yeah,
a lot of challenges at that time.
yeah,
We are 2026 now.
yeah.
After 5 years and a half, I'm curious, like, what's the difference between Ben from 2020 that landed in Canada with a lot of expectations, dreams, you know, different challenges because
Yeah.
there's no COVID anymore, to Ben of 2026?
Oh, I think I grew up a lot because I did a few different jobs. I met a lot of people. I didn't travel a lot because I moved from Vancouver to Victoria, and I haven't moved since.
Yeah.
Um, but I learned a lot about myself through people I met here, and also that I found that Canada had a lot to offer. So it gave me a lot of motivation to find my way here.
Find your way here. Okay. So I'm curious because you've traveled a lot. You went
Yeah.
in Australia. Which other country you were?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. I mean, I hate comparison. We don't have to say who's best or
Yeah,
who's worst,
no.
but what would be the main difference in terms of the culture of Canadians, Australians, people from New Zealand, and also people from France? Because you are from Europe,
Yeah,
from a very historical country
Yeah.
such as France.
I would say that here in Canada we can feel the American culture, like it's influenced a lot by the United States. So
In this part of Canada,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
exactly. And for example, I'm going to give, if we want to compare to New Zealand, for example, it's very similar, but they have an influence that's more British, for example.
Okay.
So you can feel the little cultural differences with that. But otherwise, I think it's pretty similar. Um, Canada, it's a huge country that has a big impact also
The
on.
territory is the massive,
It's
massive.
huge,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
huge. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, then the big differences with France. Yeah, it's the we are more European. It's everyone. It's more place, so we are way more people.
More crowded.
More
Things are more crowded.
exactly, yeah. The work culture is a bit different too.
In
Here,
which way?
I feel like here, first of all, people give you more opportunities here. In France, it's if you don't have a lot of experience, they don't give you a chance. I feel like here, they give you a chance a bit
Yeah.
easier.
If you have like character and attitude, they will give you the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what else? In yeah, it's a little bit more chill at work here. I feel in France, from my own experience, maybe it's different from other for other people, but in France it was way more oriented toward productivity. You know, you have to do the most in the shortest amount of time. Here they give you a bit more space.
Yeah. Yeah. They are not in your hair, right? They give you
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
They give you, just freedom
yeah.
to do your thing.
If you do your job correctly and you show that you can do it, no problem. In my own experiences in France, you have to show that you can do more. And if you don't, if you are comfortable in your job, they will say, "Oh, maybe he can do more." So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting because it's kind of similar to Latin America,
yeah,
and that comes from Spain too. So I guess
okay,
it's kind of a European thing,
it's
right?
related. Yeah.
European. I'm curious, Ben, in terms of the culture of your connections, your friendships, like when you were in France, your connection, your friends, comparing to the connection you have here. What you see in the culture, in the air, like in the environment?
Um, well, here it's way more. The social part is way more nature oriented. I feel like, but because that's what this place is for. It's nature, so a lot of people hang out more in the beach, and then going hiking, camping, of way more space too because it's a bigger country,
Yeah,
so
it's a
there's
huge
less
forest,
people.
ocean.
Exactly.
Yeah,
um, the nightlife or the social life in like clubs and bars is way more different. For example, I mentioned that because that's what I used to do when I was in France. Here it's a little bit more different. um, but yeah, other than that, I have way more connections here with foreigners, which
true.
kind of makes sense because I think we match on a cultural level. Like I have a lot of friends from Latin America, from Europe. um, I I feel a little difference with Canadians,
Yeah,
but I can understand that for example, for people who grew up here, they have their own circle of friends, so
yeah.
it's hard
People
to
from high
integrate.
school, school.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They have their own friends, their own family, so it's hard to be friends or integrate a circle of friends with Canadians. And in France, at least I know that we are way more direct, for example, and here it's not something they are
yeah.
very familiar with, so
Yes,
that can create a little gap with
I agree.
socializing with Canadians.
Yeah, here the culture is you try to avoid conflict. It's the
Exactly.
conflict avoidance, so they try to go around
Yeah.
to avoid a difficult
Yeah.
conversation. They would prefer to don't say anything or just avoid that
Yeah.
difficult moment.
That's true, and that's probably the biggest shock I had here.
Yes. Yeah, I
So
agree. It's similar with Latin America. We in Latin America try to, be polite, but we say things the way they are.
yeah. Yeah.
right? We don't try to make it pretty. We just say things the way they are, right?
But I think I like it here in a way that they are very polite. So people are warming and friendly. They're gonna smile to you,
Yes.
and they're gonna always say hi and be very
Yeah.
friendly. But it doesn't mean they are your friends.
Exactly. It's part of the culture.
Exactly.
To
Yeah.
be polite, to be kind, to smile is part of the
So
culture.
yeah, it takes some times for some people. For me, it took some time to understand that. But once you understand it, it's you.
You're okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious about the identity you have right now. So you were in Australia, New Zealand. You have been traveling the last maybe 7, 8
Yeah.
years. So at some point during this journey of traveling Canada, Australia, mostly in Canada, did you feel some sort of loss of identity, like where you question yourself, like who I am, what am I doing, who I'm becoming? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I've always had that feeling since I'm traveling, and it's probably one of the reasons I decided to travel is to know more about myself and actually know who I am and grow. So I've always felt a little disconnected or trying to find out who I was, but the biggest disconnection I have is with my friends at home, for example, because they have their own path, they have their own job, and they grow on their own side, and me, I grow on the other side
you
of
miss
the
a lot of,
world.
you miss a lot of things, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you of course explore and
Yeah.
discover new things on the other side,
Yeah.
but at home you miss like family
Yeah.
events, parties
Exactly.
and
So
friends.
I felt disconnected in that way, where I am not with them to share their own experiences and share good times with them. But I'm having my good times here, so I'm okay with that.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's part of like acceptance, right? Accept
Yeah.
that you cannot have everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's part of growing up and some kind of maturity, maybe too.
yeah. Okay, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I'm curious about your current habits, man. So, what are the three main habits that you practice every day that help you to build stability and success in your journey in Canada?
Um, One of the habits I have is cooking, and it actually keeps me connected with my culture of friends, where
Wow.
gastronomy is one of the main thing. So I love that. I also like to go out hiking, camping, so not every day, but that makes me keep me connected with nature and also enjoy the beauty of Canada and British Columbia.
Of course.
And I also started to study again. So every day I study, trying to pursue my dream to become a pilot.
Wow, congratulations. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
thanks.
So you're going to in Sydney, is the school?
Yeah, the
Nice.
Victoria Flying Club is in Sydney, so I'm preparing for a written exam, and on the side, I'm also taking flying lessons with an instructor every once a week or maybe twice if I can.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. That's
Yeah,
a nice
thanks.
journey.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a very amazing experience, right? The pathway
yeah,
of being a pilot is long, but it's very
yeah,
fulfilling.
and that keeps me focused and on what
Motivated.
I want and what I can do here.
Absolutely. So you keep your culture close to you with the cooking, the
Yeah,
gastronomy. You feel present, grounded, doing what you love, French cuisine. Secondly, connected with nature,
yeah,
right? That give you also grounded and present,
yeah, a little peace of mind too,
peace
because
of mind.
yeah.
And I'm curious about this part, the peace of mind. Do you feel that when you're in hikings and forests, that is like a sort of meditation mindset or
Totally, yeah,
totally?
yeah, yeah. Well, you are surrounded by nature. It's usually quiet. You can hear the birds.
Yes.
We are very lucky here in Victoria to have access to a lot of things like that, so like the
It's
beach
like
or
25 minutes drive is so close. Everything
yeah,
is so close.
exactly. And those things also are free to enjoy. Victoria is not the cheapest place to live, so it's nice to have these things to enjoy
For free.
for free.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. That's what I was saying. Some of my friends in Peru, like sometimes in Peru, you go to a park and everything is paid.
Yeah,
Have to pay here, reserve here. Here is just go park your car and walk,
yeah.
right? Okay. What do you think, Ben, is the most powerful experience that you have had in the last 5 years that makes you being who you are right now? What has been the biggest lesson that you have had that keep you being who you are right now?
Um, Probably starting the pilot training. Like I realized it was something very far away. It was a dream that I was probably never gonna do when I was younger, and coming here, seeing that it's possible. In Victoria, you can see the seaplanes taking off and landing every day, and starting a course and people telling me, yeah, it's possible, you can do it, and I realized I can do it. So it gave me a lot of confidence to myself, and also that if I want something, I can do it. And
Wow. What what gave you that motivation? Like you found opportunity, you talked to someone, but what made you said it's not a dream anymore, I want to do it?
I felt really good here. I felt really in a peaceful environment. I met a great community of friends that are like kind of my second family. So I felt really well, and those people are always supporting me. They believe in me, so that helped me a lot, and that's why I thought, okay, maybe I can do that. And people around me were like, yes, of course, like
You
go
can
for
do
it,
it.
try it, like why not?
Wow.
And I felt like I needed a challenge in my life. I needed something, um, like a goal, a dream
To pursue.
to pursue.
Yeah.
And I think because of the people around me were telling me, yes, go for it,
Yeah.
and that opportunity was there. There is a flying club. I was like, sure, why not? Let's go for
Wow.
it.
That's very beautiful. Like a lot of people say, oh, I can do everything by myself. I'm just going to do it. No people, no friends, just focus on my goals.
Yeah,
But what you're sharing with us is actually you need people around you,
yeah,
right? You need community, you
yeah,
need those friends, your partner, people that support you and appreciate you and give you that energy, right?
exactly, yeah, yeah,
Wow, that's very beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
yeah,
Uh, what would you do differently? I'm not talking about regret.
yeah,
If you would say you have younger Ben here from
yeah.
2020, what would you tell him that he could maybe avoid to save some time or to kind of maybe avoid some,
Yeah.
errors?
Maybe I would have tried to pursue that dream earlier, try to get more confidence by myself. Maybe, as you said, be like, okay, I can do it. I don't need anyone else to tell me to do it. Um, Try to find or have, as I mentioned at the beginning, I had no plan on the short term or on the long term. So
Yeah.
maybe be a bit more prepared of what I wanted to do or what I wanted personally on the professional plan or on the private side. So having some goals already before coming, or right
Some
when I
plan,
was,
some structure.
yeah, a little bit more structure. I just arrived and I wasn't sure if I wanted to stay, how long I
Yeah.
was going to stay. Maybe if I had a goal from the beginning, it would have been different, of course, and maybe it would have been quicker. Who knows? But
Yeah. You never know.
yeah,
You never know. But what you said is super important. I have heard from a lot of people that are here from a few years ago, and they always say, I wish I could have done my plan before, like, or done my research
yeah,
before.
yeah,
So, of course, there are no regrets.
yeah,
Life is the way it is. But definitely, if you are going to go to a new country, whatever country it is, Australia, Canada,
yeah,
US, make some research before so you kind of save some time in the project you
yeah,
want to have, right?
yeah,
Yeah, no,
totally.
that's good. Thank
Yeah,
you. And final question for all the expats and immigrants around the world that are far away from home, following their dreams and pursuing you know, their biggest goals, far away from home, from their family, from their friends, from their community. If you could give them one piece of advice, just one, from these people outside, anywhere in the world, what action or habit would you suggest them to do every day or to have present in their life to succeed in the journey?
I would tell them well, to have a plan, a little bit of a plan, or be focused on what they want. Um, be focused on their dream or their career, if that's what they want, and have fun. I would say have fun, because not everyone has the chance to stay, like travel for long term, or travel can be very short. Like if you have something happening for some reason, you have to go back to your country. Just enjoy the moment and have fun. Like I think it's very
Wow,
important.
that's amazing. So focus on what you want.
Yeah,
Know what you want, focus on what you want,
yeah,
but of course also enjoy the moment.
yeah, exactly. I think it's important. Yeah,
Yeah, be grateful and enjoy where you
yeah,
are and what you're doing right
yeah,
now. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Brian. Thank you for coming to the channel. I appreciate your time.
yeah. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank
It
you
was
so much.
really interesting.
Thank you.